So we're going to get started with our annual organizational meeting. I'm going to start by swearing in Karen so that she can swear in the new select members.
She swears us all in, right? Don't we all?
Repeat after me.
Can't remember.
Karen S. Mott,
I, Karen S. Mott,
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully
do solemnly swear and affirm that I will faithfully
execute the office of town clerk
execute the office of town clerk
with and for said town,
with and for said town,
and will therein do equal right and justice to all persons
and will therein do equal right and justice to all persons
to the best of my judgment
to the best of my judgment
and abilities according to law.
and abilities according to law.
I also solemnly swear or affirm
I also solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the State of Vermont
that I will support the Constitution of the State of Vermont
There's still
and
a
of the
chance to
United
back out, huh?
States and of the United
There's still a
States.
chance to
so
back
help me
out.
God.
I know. Congratulations. And a crushing win.
Complicated president.
I know. Shall we go ahead with Fred and Farhad?
I'm not going to sign at the top. That's one
What is it?
Do we sign first of this thing or no?
Why don't you come right over here and we'll get started with that and catch up with the paperwork after.
You can both raise your hands. And I
I,
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will be true and faithful.
solemnly swear that I will
Do we do one by one?
Together, as long as it's not going to drive you crazy.
Do shorter words.
This is only the ninth time you've done this, Farhad.
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will be true and faithful
That
that I will be true and faithful
to the state of Vermont,
to the
to
state of
Vermont,
and that I will not directly or indirectly
and that I
I will
will
not directly or indirectly
do any act or thing injurious
do
do any act or thing injurious
to the Constitution or government thereof,
to the Constitution and the government thereof,
under pains and penalties of perjury.
and the pains and penalties of perjury.
That was the oath of allegiance for Vermont, and then there's also the oath of office, two, shorter. I, state your name,
For Khan,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the office of Select Board Member
that
I will faithfully execute the office of Select Board Member
for the state of Vermont,
for the state
for
of
the state of
Vermont,
Vermont,
and will therein do equal right and justice
and will therein do equal right
equal
and
rights
justice
and justice
to all persons to the best of my judgment and ability,
to all persons to the best of my judgment and ability,
according to law,
according to law,
under the pains and penalties of perjury.
and the pains and penalties of perjury.
Congratulations. There we go. So up here is Middlebury,
The state.
dated at Middlebury. I know it's
Okay.
confusing. Middlebury right there. And then the 12th in March in 2024. Your signature underneath?
Right here?
Yes.
That's the justice of peace.
It's justice of the peace.
Or the
other
local
official.
Okay.
And the same thing underneath, execute the office of and put select board. And then also Middlebury and the date and your signature. And then that's it.
That's it?
Oh, town of residence, sorry, Middlebury. And you're done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now that our new select board members and our re-elected select board member has been sworn in, I will call the meeting of the March 12th, 2024 Middlebury Select Board to order. and take nominations for the position of chair of the board.
I nominate Brian, if everybody's okay with that.
Second?
Thank you. Andy, do you have,
He raises his hand.
He raised his hand. I know he was, had something to say.
oh, okay. Thank you. Are there any other nominations for the position of chair? All those in favor of electing Brian Carpenter as the chair of the select board, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Oh, I like the thumbs up bubble.
None opposed. Brian, I'll hand it over to you for the election
Okay.
of the vice chair.
Thank you for your vote of confidence, everyone. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
So next, we need to elect a vice chair for the select board.
So I spoke to Andy a couple days ago, and he said he's interested in continuing to be the vice chair if we elect him. So I'd be happy to nominate him for the vice chair.
I second.
Nominated in a second. Is there anyone else that has interest? I signed. Hearing none, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of selecting Andy Cooper to be our vice chair, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So we have a chair and vice chair. Next, we'll move then on to the approval of the agenda. We hadn't approved the agenda yet.
I approve. I move.
I'll second.
Move to approve and second. Are there any amendments or issues with the agenda as drafted? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the agenda as drafted, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Next is approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there anything in the consent agenda that anyone would like to comment on?
I was not at the select board meeting, the last select board meeting, so, on the 29th.
So you're abstaining from
Abstaining from that,
229, yeah?
I think Andy is abstaining too, right? He was not there.
Yes, he is.
Okay? Two
I
abstentions.
guess I should abstain too.
Two abstentions from the select board minutes at 2:29, and I guess Fred from 2:13 and 2:29, probably.
So then we don't have enough, we don't have a
That
quorum.
gives
on it.
us, that doesn't give us, well, it gives us a quorum for all except for the minutes of
The 29th.
the 29th. So we'll have to bring the 29th minutes back.
I was present at the meeting, but I was not a select board member. I'm happy to support if it's appropriate.
I think that's adequate to avert that they're accurate.
I would agree with that. You were here, did you read the minutes?
Yes?
Okay, and you're okay with the minutes as drafted?
Well, they don't note that I was present. They say others present interested parties, but other than that, I agree with them.
So then you would ask that Fred was in the audience is added to the present so that we
If
can,
that's useful for getting them approved, sure.
yeah, okay. All right, anything else anybody would like to comment on? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the agenda as presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next is citizen comments. Nothing? Is there anybody out watching with their hand up, Kathleen?
We have Dana and Emily who are here for agenda items.
Okay. So next is select board organization. First is to set our select board regular meeting dates. We regularly have been meeting on the second and fourth Tuesday of each month at 7 p.m. That's been our practice for quite some time. Does that work for everybody still?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And we do occasionally, we change it if we need to, right?
All right.
Christmas break and stuff.
Yeah, we'll make it, that'll be a special meeting.
I'll move to set the select board's regular meeting date and time as the second and fourth Tuesdays of each month at 7 PM.
Second.
Been seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next is setting the newspaper of record. We have used the Addison Independent currently and for quite some time. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
So I would entertain a motion.
I'll move to designate the Addison Independent as the newspaper of record for the publication of official notices of the town of Middlebury.
Second?
Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next is appointing a Middlebury delegate and alternate delegate to the Addison County Solid Waste Management District Board of Supervisors. The town of Middlebury's current delegate and alternate to the Addison County Solid Waste Management District Board of Supervisors, Diane Mott and Richard McCurr, as delegate and alternate respectively, have expressed interest in serving on this board. The positions are one-year terms. They're both willing to continue serving, and we don't have another interested party who's asked to replace them. So if you guys are okay with that, I would entertain a motion.
I'll move to reappoint Diane Mott as Middlebury's delegate to the Addison County Solid Waste Management District Board of Supervisors.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I'll move to reappoint Richard McCurr as Middlebury's alternate delegate to the Addison County Solid Waste Management District's Board of Supervisors.
Second.
Seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay,
You
a
got it.
hard-won battle.
Boy, it's a competitive race.
It really is. Do appreciate those who serve, though. So we need to adopt the 2024 Select Board Expenditure Review Roster. Kathleen prepared a draft
Yeah, that's fine.
expenditure review roster for your consideration. Just a reminder that if something pops up and you're not going to be able to make a meeting,
You have an alternate.
we have an alternate or you can swap with somebody. So it's just,
We need to talk. I have one.
I'll move to adopt the proposed 2024-25 Town of Middlebury Select Board Expenditure Review Roster.
Second?
moved and seconded. Everybody okay with the way we've been doing this? I think it worked pretty well.
Gotta switch
Okay.
one.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay. Next is to review and approve the select board operating principles. Our operating principles of the select board reflect the select board members' collective commitment to a set of leadership practices in relationship to the community, the town manager, fellow select board members, and the town staff that support the efficient operation of Middlebury's municipal government. You remember what year?
I think it was 2018.
I remember we'd had a couple things, and I think it's a really good, my personal opinion of it is it's good, especially if you dust it out periodically, just to kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
refresh what the professionalism expectations
It's a
are.
guideline to us how to behave, right?
It's a good guideline,
It is.
yeah. We haven't really taken up and amended it at all since then, but it has had pretty good staying power. And if you're all good with it,
Do you think if there's any conflict that we need to amend? I don't think so, right?
I haven't seen any.
If it comes up, we'll,
If it comes up,
okay. I'll move to adopt the 2024 operating principles of the Town of Middlebury Select Board.
Second.
and seconded, comments on it? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Next is appointing a Green Up Day coordinator. And the select board needs to appoint a coordinator for the annual Green Up Day that takes place in Middlebury. Jack Lundgren, an Eco AmeriCorps member working with Malt during the spring semester, has informed the town that he will be the point person between the town and Malt during the upcoming Green Up Day activities. Great to have a volunteer.
Yeah.
So if everybody's okay, we will appoint him as the,
Is this a college student or?
He's a young person. I'm not sure if he's a college student or newly graduated.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good that somebody's volunteering. Okay, I'll move to appoint Jack Lundgren as the Town of Middlebury's Green Up Day Coordinator for 2024.
Second.
Seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. And unanimous. Okay. Well, that was pretty painless. We'll bring Emily forward.
Be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Fast.
See you in a minute.
I would only comment that there, worksheet, the link in the agenda notes is missing, but I just see it now. It works in the other individual lists, so thanks. Good.
Hello,
Hi,
Oh.
Emily.
Emily?
I have an easy one tonight. I'm just asking for approval to apply for the Northern Borders grant for water tank funding. They released funding, $50 million total. They're releasing it in two separate, a spring and a fall release. So I think it's a $30 million in this first release, and then in the fall of September, an additional $20 million. And it could provide up to $1 million towards the water tank project.
I move to approve the proposed grant application to the Northern Borders Grant Program for seeking funding assistance on the construction of a future water tank to support the town's water utility system.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Boy, it would be great to get this. So anybody have any questions on it?
I just, who is the Northern Grants Program? Who funds that? Is that the state or is that the feds or
USDA,
USDA? Okay.
I think the congressional spending also just got released, so I'll circle back with you at the next meeting. I believe that one's due early April.
Is this 30 million nationwide or just Vermont?
Good.
It's,
Go ahead, Heather.
You go ahead. You know more than I do.
go ahead, Heather. Go ahead.
No.
Emily.
Somebody go ahead. Somebody.
Wondering how tough our competition is.
So I believe the 30 million is for New England,
Oh, New England. Okay.
and then they split it up by state. It's what funded, the Washington, we got 600,000 from NDRC for the Washington Street water line improvements 3 years ago.
Any other questions on it?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Just wondering how-
All in favor of approving the motion to go forward with the grant, signify by saying aye.
I
Aye.
Aye. Good luck. Boy, we need it.
We need that
Thank
one.
you.
Thanks, Emily.
Well, it was an easy night for Emily.
I just wanted to ask that question so she felt like some value of being here, so. Yeah.
Now he's putting that whole package together.
Oh, yeah.
Does include upstate New York as well. Northern Borders.
Hey, everyone.
What's that?
Northern Borders also encompasses all of the border area of New York State as well.
Yeah, I thought so. There's
Okay,
Good evening, Dana.
Hi, Dana.
Hopefully it's as easy for me as it was for Emily.
Good luck.
So I'm here tonight, to request the select board to, approve a draft declaration of intent, that Kathleen put together. This is for the library renovation and expansion project, of course. I don't have that much to say about it, other than my understanding is that this is the next step in the formal process that gets us to a bond vote. And, I guess if there's technical questions about that process, Kathleen probably the one to answer them. I guess the only thing I would add is that, over the past few weeks, as I've been talking with community members, about the project and about the proposed use of the local option tax, the response has just been overwhelmingly positive. People are really excited about that prospect. The funding plan from almost everyone I've talked to feels really good. So I continue to be grateful that we've helped us get to this point with the funding plan, and hoping we can take another step forward tonight.
Okay.
Yes, Andy.
And I had a question. The amount of the bond seems very precise and maybe unnecessarily so. I'm always skeptical of things that end in 999, and I wonder why it isn't just $17 million.
We did talk about that. Does it make sense to just round it up to 17? But that would just be rounding it up for the sake of a round number. The figure that you have is the figure that we got from VRC as part of their comprehensive cost estimating process. So we just stuck with the number that that we paid them to put together for us, as opposed to rounding it up for the sake of ease. But I suppose that is still an option. We can just edit the document to say 17 if that's the pleasure of the board.
I understand the in price thing, and perhaps reart without potentially doing so. There's a psychological value in staying at the 999 level rather than rounding things up, and that may influence the way that they would come together as well. And I just don't know if the select board could promulgate this very close to $18 million bond rather than $18 million.
17.
17.
17.
17, sorry.
Let's try to hold it.
No, we're not that much, Andy, yeah.
Definitely not.
I think it looks like we've done our homework and it's detailed. So, and I feel more comfortable with the word number 16 in front of it instead of 17. So, because I'm gonna make the motion. So you. Okay, I move to authorize the town manager to submit the declaration of official intent by the town of Middlebury for an amount not to exceed $16,995,000 for the renovation and expansion of the Ilsley Public Library.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions? I have a question, Kathleen. Could you just remind us with the full process?
So this is your first step, and at your next meeting, I'll be bringing you, based on this document, I'll be bringing you a draft warning.
Yeah.
And you'll be approving that warning if you want to make the May 6th bond vote date.
Okay.
You need to have the warning posted at least 30, no more than 40 days in advance of the bond vote. That would be the March 26th meeting.
And that,
Yes,
and that bond vote
I know.
would be
We've already made the motions. I did.
from 7 to 7 here at the municipal building.
Right.
So that would be so 2 more acts after this one would be the next meeting, approving the draft, and then the actual
You also
vote.
have, before any bond vote, you have a special informational meeting, a special town
Okay.
meeting.
That's
And
the
that's
part I
going
was-
to be at the Middlebury High School auditorium
Okay.
reserved for that.
Thought there was a step I was forgetting. That's it. Thank you.
That's on the 6th, right? Yeah. That's what I
Monday,
just-
Monday the 6th, yeah. And while it's not an official, we'll also be holding an informational meeting on Monday, April 15th at the high school, which is just more for people who want to come in and ask questions about the design and the process and so on. So my understanding is that the May 6th meeting is primarily about the bond itself and the financing. And Susan Shashok is the moderator, and I don't know who will present at that meeting, but that the April 15th meeting will be more, for people who have questions about the design or the process.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, I'm on.
What's that?
April 15th is taxes due date.
Right.
Oh, is that true with Massachusetts don't they have a holiday on that day?
Oh,
Patriots Day, right? Against Boston Marathon.
This is Massachusetts.
We'll find out, Andy.
very good. Yeah, it's fine.
What time is the meeting on the 15th?
7, Dana?
7?
Yeah.
7 on the 15th. At the high school.
Be able to make that, 'cause that's my wife's birthday, so.
My wife's birthday.
You can take them to the meeting. I think that's really big.
Go to a meeting or out to dinner. She probably wants to go to the meeting.
I think so. We'll talk to her.
So we have a motion made by Dan, seconded by Heather, to move to authorize for declaration of official intent to bond. Any other questions on the motion? Hearing no other, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I didn't hear any, I heard all unanimous, so no opposed. Good, okay. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
Big milestone.
When you have a chance, Dana, could you send me just an update where you guys are at? I want to reach back out to one of the people that we need to talk to, so.
That's great. Yeah, I'll email you tomorrow, Brian. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Back to my rehearsal.
Rehearsal.
No.
I was gonna say, I'm not missing anything, am I?
So, the next item is discussing the agenda of the future select board retreat. Kathleen and I talked a little bit today. And with the potential bond and the library project, our suggestion is that we actually push the retreat till after that bond vote. So that, because there would be a lot of things that we could discuss in a retreat about the timing of that, and that's going to create some work. We really need to know whether the town is going forward with that or not before we start spending a lot of time on that discussion, probably.
Okay.
Is that
I'm good with that.
everybody acceptable with that?
Told Kathleen that I'm going to be away from the April 25th to May 27th. I'll be able to try to join by Zoom.
Okay.
I just won't be able to physically be here. I'm
I hear you're sailing your boat back up.
going to try to move the boat from North Carolina onto Lake Champlain.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Skipper. That'll be fun.
Hopefully.
It'll be early.
Well, part of that's set by the Lake Champlain locks don't open until that late. So it's time to arrive 2 days after they open. And
I figured you were going to be right at the head of it. So,
it's not the ideal time of year for cruising and staying warm, but
yeah.
anyway, I don't want that to disrupt anything that you plan. I would like to participate in it.
Okay.
I can participate more
There will be plenty
effectively
of,
than in
there
person.
will be advance notice. These aren't things that we plan a day ahead, so you'll know so that you could maybe plan to port and be on Zoom.
Are we gonna wait till results of that meeting to even schedule? Yeah, so most likely it's gonna be June before.
Yeah, I think first week of June is fine.
Yeah.
If we're waiting, about
Okay,
When
good.
did you say you get back?
Memorial Day weekend.
May
basically.
27th,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah. I think, I mean, by the time we have the results, everybody's schedule is gonna be booked up for the month anyway, and so we're gonna be into June. So.
And then, as you are thinking about it, if you could send an email to Kathleen or myself, other things that you think would benefit by, if there are anything else that you have, or if you have it on your mind right now, that you feel would benefit by discussion in our retreat style format. She's here is the, one of the thoughts is the 2024 project list. We've got quite a few projects already in the offing, so I don't know as though, but if you want to just, some of those, if you want an update on everything that's going, then maybe we could even do that in a regular meeting format.
That would be a good idea. And another idea I had is having the Planning Commission and the DRB and the DAC come into a select board meeting or to the retreat to update you on their activities.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be really good.
Andy, you like that, Andy? Good. That would be fabulous, actually. Because we don't get,
The only one thing I was thinking about, so where will we be? We have to have the water and wastewater budgets finalized by the end of June, right? So we probably, unless we're behind, be finalizing in that June infrastructure committee. The only thing I was thinking, just depending on what Emily and Bill are presenting around water, is there anything that the select board needs to talk about around rates and how we calculate that?
Good point.
Like, I think we at some point need to have a broader discussion, and I don't know if you want us to have that in infrastructure committee or if the select board wants to talk about it. If we're going to tackle some of these deferred maintenance projects in the water area, we're going to have to do rates, rate increases. I mean, these loans that Emily is going for are awesome, but there's just a lot to
I'm not
do.
going to cover everything.
So that's the only thing I've been thinking about.
I think there's a lot to talk about water. I mean, I would, within a couple more months, not only talk about the rates, but talking about the deferred maintenance, but the impacts of what's been going on. I mean, that's gonna be a big driver, and I assume we'd have a better handle on what to expect. And
I just wonder if there might be more appetite for increases given what's been going on. If people would have a better understanding of the need. So
When you start prioritizing and looking at,
I would think, I haven't looked at the packet for Thursday yet, sorry.
May.
May. Yeah, that was gonna
not till
say,
May, because we had talked about it last meeting maybe, and it was either late April or May. So you're going to look at it in May?
Well, the staff is working on the asset management plan
Yeah.
and debriefing on the breaks and trying to merge those two for a most efficient
Yeah.
short-term and long-term approach. That's going to take some time to
It's a
get that
little bit of
together.
time. So maybe that would be the other piece. I think that's a full, just those two topics is a full retreat.
yeah, that might be more, I mean, if you're gonna ask DRB and planning commission and stuff to come in, that could be a whole meeting by itself, so.
Well, that's
But they're not coming in for
meeting here.
Are they coming in for the
Oh.
retreat?
Okay,
No, that's a
Okay.
different meeting.
okay, I misunderstood.
You were meant to into one of our meetings here, right? Yeah. But on the retreat side, looking at what our strategy would be going forward, I think that we really have two big issues right now, the library and water.
And don't forget, we also need to do a wastewater upgrade.
Yeah, there's
And
sewer
don't
rate with that.
Don't forget, we also have a bunch of stormwater
Stormwater
projects.
projects, yes.
So as per usual, I can spend the whole retreat talking about infrastructure if you want. If the rest of you.
It is one of our key items, so. And it's our most expensive.
I think as we saw at town meeting, people are eager for us to show that we have a plan
Right.
and articulate that to them. So it's a good topic for a retreat.
Okay, anything else on the retreat?
So the plan is to have it in early June. Is that
Sounding like it would be in early June, but
some portion of it may be discussed preliminarily for the water in May? Is that what I got?
well, that
Well,
started
part
at
of the infrastructure.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
infrastructure committee starts, it starts with the water and wastewater fund budgets.
Mhm.
Talk about them and what's needed and what we need to do for rates to meet what we're requesting for budget. So that starts in the infrastructure committee in May.
And
By
then
then,
we-
they'll probably have project, based upon the current events, the prioritization of projects might differ from what but we've knocked off a lot of the top ones. So I don't think we've looked at reprioritization since we
Of the water.
did it the first time.
I don't think so, no.
So
And
You mean
this-
as far as
reprioritizing.
yeah, that word, the original list that they gave us.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's been done.
And Kathleen, what is the timing on this other topic of the Planning Commission Design Advisory?
It was a thought,
Oh,
not,
okay.
and not any
I didn't know if there was a
timing yet.
time frame for that. No. Okay.
No, we're just looking at getting them in front of us to share where they're at, what they've got going on, what they, any potential issues.
Are we also gonna try to maybe get legislators in? When does the legislative session usually ends by end of June, right? What is it?
Before that.
They
try
always try to be done in May. and usually-
Crossovers now. So,
So anyway, and another thing to try to get into an already busy schedule.
So your March 26th meeting is totally packed, but maybe in early April. You can get them in.
What is it packed with?
So
I'm just like,
just so you know, look at the clock, you're gonna get some time back tonight, just so you forgive me at the end of March, okay?
March is always,
It's never your fault.
March and April are always a Zoom. We usually meet every Tuesday in April.
I still think we should consider, although it's a lot of work for Kathleen and staff, if there's a lot of stuff going on, let's add time, like start earlier or schedule another time. You know, if we have a lot of stuff.
Okay, we'll see what it looks like.
the legislators are not guaranteed. They haven't come to our meeting. Since I've been on, they've been here only twice.
Yeah, they've been here a couple of times.
Yeah, in 7
Not
years.
everybody showed.
Who's that?
The legislators.
Oh, yeah,
They
no,
don't hardly come.
Okay,
Ever seen Chris Bray?
we have a Rona.
No, never seen the guy. Doesn't, Chris Bray. Anybody ever seen him? Any heard
Only
from
once
him?
in one of the meetings.
Met him?
last-
Seen him at a meeting?
He came to one of these meetings, I think, a few years
Long time
ago.
ago.
That
Yeah.
was when I was
Yeah.
fairly new.
That was in his first 20 years.
And while we're working on the retreat thing, I did the select board appointments for your subcommittees. So I just put the blank, what it was this year, and you can tell your chair what you're looking for this year by the next meeting.
Yes, We need
Oh,
to-
we're
we need
getting-
to
he's
have our
getting a copy of
committee
this.
set. So,
Thank you.
is everybody going to be able to make the next meeting? I have
Yes.
I have a personnel matter to address in executive session, but I'd really like to have everybody present, so. All
I'll
right,
be there.
That's March 26th.
okay, we have a road naming, private road, so this is requirement because I gotta get my reading glasses here.
There are multiple units on that. property.
Yes, per the state of Vermont Enhanced 911 Board Addressing Standards Version 3 has been reviewed by the state as well as by Beth Dow, town's 911 coordinator. So the Forber Canal Farm Site located at 1480 Route 7 North, that's just as you're heading out of Middlebury to the north before you enter New Haven. That farm was purchased by Acker Farm LLC in 2022. Property consists of 2 residences and several barns, workshops. When the new property owners applied for a zoning permit last year for another barn structure, it was determined that due to the number of dwellings on the property, the private access road should be named. State 911 standards require any access with more than 3 dwellings should have a name. Property owners have requested Acker Farm Road for approval by the Select Board. State regulations encourage impacted property owners to join in the naming process. This proposed name is unique to another road name in the town. Is unique to another, so the proposal is unlikely to cause confusion. It's been reviewed. So it is not unique. It is unique. Okay, I got the wording here. Proposed name is unique. In other words, there's no other road in the town.
Maybe just say unique to any other, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
So the proposed name is a unique name within the town of Middlebury and is unlikely to cause confusion. It's been reviewed and approved by the state 911 GIS specialist. And it is a private road, so the property owner is responsible for the installation of the road sign. And also by having their name would probably help signify it's private. Because that is the name of the owner.
There may be 2 residence buildings on it, but there's more apartments than that. There used to be.
Oh, there is.
Still
There's
is.
apartments there.
Yeah,
A lot of addresses.
there's a lot of addresses.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
Can you motion?
any thoughts on it? Motion?
I'll move to approve the proposed name of Acker Farm Road for the existing private access road presently located at 1480 Route 7 North.
Second. You can give it to
You know where exactly this is? Or
Moved in second. What's that?
where is this exactly?
It's just north
It's just,
of,
it's
You know
just
the white
across
barn?
from,
As you're heading out of town to the north?
just across from the,
John
Oh, on the
Deere
right side.
across-
On the right side.
yeah.
Right,
Euclid.
across from,
Canal Farm.
the canal farm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. So Bernie sold the farm to Chris Acker.
Oh, he owned it.
What's that?
He owned it before? He used to own it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where. So we have a motion and a second. Any comments on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Okay. Check warrants.
I did the check review today. Everything looks good. I move to approve total expenditures in the amount of $559,301.98, consisting of $445,591.94 for accounts payable and $113,710.04 for payroll for the period of March 1, 2024 to March 12, 2024.
second.
Seconded, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimous. Select board member concerns. Fred?
I want to just say that I think town meeting went very smoothly. And I want to thank everybody who supported me. And Farhad, we had a great day together.
It was a long day.
He's in better shape standing at his store than I am to stand 12 hours outside. But anyway, I want to express appreciation for the whole of town meeting and anybody who supported us.
All right. You stood for 12 hours.
He
Yeah.
did 12 hours straight.
Whoa.
It was better when it wasn't raining. Morning.
Wow. Noble.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
At
it
least
is.
it wasn't freezing. The first time I did it, I was dressed in full Carhartt, running around. One was over on the old building, running around to all the different doors because people could go in 5 different places.
Heather.
I don't have anything.
Dan?
Nothing. Welcome, Fred. That's
Thank you.
good to have you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to say welcome, Fred. It was very nice spending 12 hours with you. We talked about every issue we could talk about. But it was, a town meeting day is a town meeting day where we meet. It was smooth, like you said. I think it's because of you. There was so much last year. But I like the polling day where you get to meet so many people who walk in, and a lot of them stop by and talk to you about. Some of them have some concerns. Some of them have some. They will appreciate you for what you're doing, but some people will just go ballistic on you. So why are you spending $40 million on this library? And I said, who told you that? I just came and looked inside. I said, it says 17, and even that much. Oh, it's going to be 7. You mark my word, it's going to be $40 million by the time you're done. So we have all kinds of. It was very, very interesting. It was a long day. We were soaking wet by the time we were done. But thank you everybody for supporting us. Appreciate it.
The library had a lot of people stop by and talk to them. They were
Yep.
really, and it was really
It was a
generally
steady
positive.
stream all day.
Generally positive.
Proof will be in the pudding when the bond.
Sure will.
Okay, Andy?
I'm all set, thanks.
Okay. I guess my only concern is trying to get number 14 done, getting everybody together. And so I'm really hoping we can all be here for the next meeting. Now I've got everything. Thank you for getting it all to me.
Oh, okay.
You see, he's got more tricks going on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, I was not planning to be here on the 26th, but I will
I
be
can't.
here.
Okay.
I will make sure.
You can come later.
Come after you eat,
Come after you eat.
when you're less grumpy.
Well, yes, I need you for the final.
Today it was at 6:56, 4 minutes before our meeting started. So I took a sip of water, and then I wanted to make sure that we go through our board reorganization.
Yeah.
So I could, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You'll come in afterwards, but the 26 will be crucial to try to finalize
So
something
this is the thing. we're gonna
that's
continue.
due one of our employees, so. Okay.
This item.
um,
This item's been pushed.
My apologies for not being there for the town meeting, but I was taken away by other events. So,
A greater cause.
I don't know,
You, Dan, and Andy.
not a greater
All three of
cause,
you.
not a greater cause.
You're traveling on Thursday, you said?
Important thing
Hey, I'm
for-
leaving.
When are you
Thursday.
leaving? We have the LC 100 in the morning.
I know I'm missing it. I'm going to see my grandson, a little 9-month-old.
This is gonna become
wish
a
I would-
new criteria for select board member. How many days out of the year are you traveling?
You know, the interesting thing, in 4 years, I've missed 4 select board meetings. That's it, 4.
He's gonna.
4.
we have
I've
to-
Zoomed from every place in the world. What's that?
How many have you attended remotely?
15, 18, something like that. But I was there.
I don't think.
I
I've
was
missed
prepared.
4
I read
select
the-
board meetings in 7 years.
I have not
You what?
either.
I don't think I've missed 4 select board meetings in 7 years.
Me neither. I don't.
You're
Really good at
well beyond 4.
I gotta get a
You're
water.
well beyond 4, buddy.
Oh.
Brian's well beyond 4.
Okay, all right.
Wrap this
With
up.
that, I'll seek a motion to adjourn.
Well,
We're still in public meeting right now.
I know. I didn't say anything rude.
Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I wish my son,
If we can't have fun,